Hey guys, how's it going? Last night I watched the second episode of Doctor Who Series 8, Into the Dalek, and I have to say I really did like this episode. Um, it's really good. I mean, the second episode for the regeneration is when you properly see the Doctor for the first time. He's not stumbling around. He's not trying to remember who he is and what he likes to eat and stuff like that. Um, you actually see the Doctor as the Doctor finally. I'm not gonna go like plot you know, plot wise on this. I'm going to talk about what I did like and what I didn't like about the episode. This video will contain spoilers, so if you have not seen the episode yet, watch it first, then come back, and then you can watch the video. Or you can watch the video without seeing the episode, but don't yell at me in the comments about spoilers. Um, Pardon me. Got a little bit of a tickle in my throat today. Um, like I said, what I liked about the episode is you do see the Doctor properly for the first time. He's not stumbling around. He's not trying to remember who he is. It's Peter Capaldi as the Doctor fully. The premise of the episode I love. Basically, shrinking a team down to go inside a Dalek to fix it. A Dalek has been damaged in combat, and because of a radiation leak, it actually thinks it's a good Dalek. It sees, according to Rusty, as the Dalek is called, it sees a star being born, and it kind of gives it an epiphany about what the Daleks were and what the Daleks are. In a way, it's kind of like Dalek Con, which I know some people are going to say, okay, wait a minute, hold on. We've already seen that kind of plotline before. It's like Stephen Moffat is recycling old episodes. From the new series. Last season we took a journey through the TARDIS, and now we're having a fantastic voyage into a Dalek. And as far as the Dalek turning good, we kind of saw that with Dalek Con, and at the end of series 4. So there are little bits of things that Moffat has taken from other series, but I really thought that it was intriguing to see what a good Dalek would be. And also the inside of a Dalek. What does the actual inside of the shell look like? How does it think? How is it actually connected into the suit of armor, the little slimy part of it? Jenna Louise Coleman, of course, is fabulous as always. I really like her as Clara. In this one, especially since she's no longer a nanny, she's a school teacher. It kind of gives her a more grown-up feel. It's kind of like Amy Pond. Amy Pond, when she's like the 19, 20-year-old, she's a good companion and all that, but I liked her a lot better when she was like in her late 20s, early 30s. The character was in her late 20s, early 30s, traveling with the Doctor more towards the end. Rose Tyler was the same way. That's why I think I really like Donna Noble and even Martha, because they're a little bit older, they're a little bit more grown up. They're not the doe-eyed schoolgirl idolizing the Doctor. So I really like Clara now. She's kind of grown up. She's a school teacher now at Coal Hill. I still love that they brought back Coal Hill. You don't actually see it once in the first episode, the unearthly child in the first Doctor. But now they brought it back. Also, they've introduced Danny Pink, which I was a little concerned about. Okay, how's this guy going to... And I actually do like the setup for the character. He's a soldier who's now a school teacher. And apparently he's gone through some trauma. He's got a little bit of post-traumatic stress, I think. And there's going to be some conflicts with the Doctor, because the Doctor, at the very end of the episode, one of the soldiers asks him if she can go with him. She's like, oh, you're a really nice person, and all that. It's just too bad you're a soldier. I can't take you with me. And so I think it's going to go into some conflict, which, the Doctor was a soldier at one time. And so I think that is going to play some conflict, though. It's going to be very interesting, to say the least, with Danny Pink. I like the fact that I mean, when they first described the character 6 months ago, I was just like, okay, he's going to be Clara's love interest. He's going to be another school teacher at Cole Hill. That's really all we knew about him, and I just thought he's going to be, okay, just another companion to run around and get in trouble. But I actually do like the setup. He actually has a little bit of an interesting background. What I didn't like about the episode was the character of Journey Blue. She acted less like a soldier and more like a hysterical mad person. Every little, of course, Doctor Who has always painted soldiers, especially in the new series, as paranoid and cold and not feeling. In the classic series, you had the Brigadier and Captain Yates and pretty nice guys who just happen to be in the military and help the Doctor out. In the new series, though, you kind of have, it seems like you have this kind of negative aspect with the military that, yeah, they can help out, but you don't want them to be in charge. They're paranoid, and they go off the handle. Their whole solution is, okay, we're going to shoot first, ask questions later. And hopefully, I think Danny Pink might be a different soldier than that, hopefully. But Journey Blue was just mostly screaming during the episode, screaming at the Doctor, asking what's wrong, what's going on, don't do this, don't do that. I'm going to kill you if you you do something wrong. And, it's just, and at the end, she just wants to give those doughy eyes and go, can I go with you, Doctor? I wouldn't, if I was the Doctor, I wouldn't take her. Not because she's a soldier, because she just kept screaming at me the whole time. The Doctor doesn't just take anybody. You have to have a special qualification or it's something that the Doctor likes for you. You just don't show up at the TARDIS door and go, hey, Doctor, can I come with you? And he goes, yeah, sure, come on in. There's got to be a reason for it. I do like the Fantastic Voyage is probably one of my favorite old-time sci-fi movies. I used to love it when I was a kid. I was so fascinated about, they shrunk down to the guy and he gets injected and they go around his body, the heart and the lungs. And now we know that a lot of that stuff is not the way it looks like, but it was a fun movie. And I love the fact they actually did do a reference of the movie in it. The Doctor says, yeah, it's an idea taken from a fantastic movie, what was it line? Is an idea taken from a fantastic movie, but it's a bad idea for a proctologist or something like that. I do like the fact that, yeah, he's more serious than Matt Smith was, but he doesn't lose that sense of humor or that sense of wonder. He's definitely not the young madman with a box. He's definitely the older, grouchier madman with a box. Yeah, but the other thing I do like is the whole aspect of him questioning about whether or not he's a good man or not. And he actually asked Clara at the very beginning, Clara, am I a good man? To which she responds, I don't know. At the very end of the episode, Rusty, after he kills the other Daleks, there was something about, Rusty says, I am not a good Dalek, but Doctor, you are a good Dalek. And of course, that kind of harkens back to the first season, the first series with Christopher Eccleston's Doctor, where the Doctor says, you would have made a good Dalek. The Dalek is giving the Doctor a compliment. That's what the Dalek's thinking, I'm giving this guy a compliment. Of course, we, the audience, and the Doctor especially, is like, no, you're not giving the Doctor a compliment. You're actually insulting the Doctor. I think that if Stephen Moffat should explore this storyline of Rusty a little bit more, I think that it would be interesting to see what would happen if they did evolve the Daleks into something else. The Daleks, I love the Daleks. Don't get me wrong. I love the Daleks. I think they're a great villain, but they have been around for 51 years now. What if you did have good Daleks, or quote-unquote good Daleks, or, well, maybe not good Daleks, maybe not as evil Daleks. how would that play into the rest of the series of the rest of the part of the show? I think it'd be very interesting, but I know some people have complained that Moffat is recycling monsters and recycling storylines. I made that point earlier in this video, in fact, and I think they're right. I think we need to have something new come up. And of course, the last thing I want to talk about is Missy. Who the hell is Missy? One of the soldiers gets killed, and all of a sudden she materializes in the same garden that the clockwork droid materialized in the last episode. So does that mean that it's not everyone who dies in Doctor Who is ending up in that garden? It's certain people. But what are these certain people? Why is she gathering these certain people up? What do they have in common? And again, who is Missy? How does this work? What is the garden? Is it actually heaven, or is it some sort of, alternate dimension? Who knows? Again, Stephen Moffat is going to tease us with a storyline that's probably going to make absolutely no sense to the rest of the series and be very confusing in the last episode. Alright, well, that's about it for today, and I will see you guys later on.